Hello, everyone. This is a quick video on how the EpicEd curriculum works. So if you're brand new to EpicEd, or even if you've used it before, I think that this video will be very helpful, get you all up to speed on how the curriculum works, any updates that have been added from years past. So to access EpicEd, you'll be in your student's Clever dashboard. It'll look something like this, and you'll click on the icon that says EpicEd. Once you do that, there'll be a little login screen. You should just be able to click the login button, and it'll take you right to the landing page. I'll show you what that looks like. So it'll look something like this, your student's dashboard within the EpicEd platform. Any classes that they're enrolled in within EpicEd will be listed here below the date. So each class has its own individual tile here. I'll show you what each of those what a typical class looks like here in a second. One very important thing to note, though, is the to-do list. Do not use the to-do list, right? So this is something that uh, is relevant to everybody who's using this platform. Do not use the to-do list. The reason for that is in the to-do list, it only lists gradable assignments, which you may think, hey, that sounds fine. The problem is if your child is using EpicEd and just going to the to-do list every day and clicking through the things in that, then they're not actually getting the lesson. Instead, they're just given the assignment with no teaching, no lesson, no nothing. And so the assignment is going to be very confusing to them. They're probably not going to do very well on it. This was an issue that a lot of people ran into last year. Like, hey, where's the actual lesson that goes along with the assignment? I'll show you how to do that. So for now, do not access the to-do list. I've been told that the school is trying to fix this issue, where they'll include everything from the class in the to-do list so that it's not just the gradable assignments anymore. But for now, stay away from the to-do list. Okay, here's what a typical class might look like. Click on the class, scroll down, and you'll have all of your work in folders, right? In folders. Also worth mentioning, the to-do list within the class itself, avoid that as well. It has the same issue, unfortunately. Again, hopefully that will be resolved at some point. There's a student success toolkit. This is mostly for parents, I would say, right, to get you all acquainted with the technologies that are embedded within the EpicEd platform. Remember, we talked about parents, you need to familiarize yourself with all of the technology that your students are going to be using throughout the year so that you know how all of this works. So click on this, take a look at it. There are little tutorial videos on all of the different applications and tools that you may be using throughout the school year. Let's look at a typical folder. So open it up. There's going to be subfolders to open up, right? So topic 1 or topic 2, excuse me. Let's look at lesson 1. Of course, we want to go in order. And then there are tasks to do. If you click on a task, it'll be a page that you scroll down. Depending on what the assignment is, it might be something that you have to do some reading for. It might be something that you watch a video for. It might be something with practice questions. Then at the bottom of the screen, there'll be arrows so that you can move to the next assignment, or if you want to move back, you want to go to the previous task, you can do that as well. There are different types of activities, right? You can see here that daily warm-up pledges, this topic 2, lesson 1, this is having to do with phonics and word practice, and then there's an exit ticket at the end here. Once you've completed a task, you'll get a green check mark next to it. So parents and students, it should be pretty easy to tell where you are at. You scroll back up here. This is a useful tool. The grades page, right? So click on grades. You'll be able to see how many of the activities your student has completed, right? How they're doing generally, with their overall score. You can actually even change the categories. I have it set to syllabus order right now for my screen. Go to grading categories. It breaks it down based on categories, right? So that lessons first, and then it goes into like quizzes and tests down below. Syllabus order, I think, is the easiest to follow because it's just whenever all the activities are due. Scroll down here, you can see when each activity is due, right? Very easy to follow. Once your child has completed the activity, you'll see when they submitted it and then the score that they received on it, right? And you could scroll all the way down to the end of the year if you want to plan things out if you so choose. Let me show you one other thing here. For an older student, let's take a look at an Algebra 1 activity stream here. Mostly the same. They're set up into modules, right? So functionally, it's pretty much exactly the same, regardless of what grade you're in. Just the naming conventions might be a little bit different. So let's take a look at Module 1 polynomials. Of course, that's not where you'll start. You want to start up here with Module 0, but this module is a little bit more typical. Learn, whenever it says learn, that's like reading out of a textbook, right? The learn tasks will be things for you to read, videos for you to watch, practice questions for you to go through. Quizzes, this is what the quiz icon looks like. Formatives, if you ever see formative, that means that this is a test over a specific state standard or a specific set of state standards, right? So a little 5 to 10 question test over that particular standard that you've been learning about. You may also see practice tests. Practice test is exactly what it sounds like. Gives you a chance to do some practice questions before your actual test. This is a general overview of what a typical class might look like. Now, for assignments that you need to submit things, where there's an actual submission drop box, and this applies to all grades, there will be specific instructions on how to submit the activity embedded in the assignment itself. Or if there's a good example for me to show you, I don't take up too much of your time here. Yeah, I don't have a perfect example for that. Rest assured, though, if you reach an activity like maybe something that your student has to draw on or write on, uh, just as an example, I'm pulling out of thin air here. There'll be directions on how to do that, and then also, importantly, how to submit that activity once your child is done. Usually, there's a couple of different ways to submit it. Pick whichever one is easiest for you. This is why I think it's important for parents, especially early on here, to walk through some of these assignments with your child uh, so that you can help them and answer any questions that might come up as the assignment is going on. Now, if you have questions, right, that maybe the directions aren't super clear or maybe it's confusing, then send those up to me and I'll try and get with you all and resolve those issues as best I can. Anyway, that's a general overview of how EpicEd works. If you need any more specific directions, please let me know. Um, one other thing, you know what? I'm gonna end the video there. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So if you have any more specific questions, please let me know.